Hi there guys, time for another game of Twilight Struggle with Saucy Soviet against Dolphy. We're going to bid again this time and we'll see how it goes. I always go for the safe option of putting one into the Soviets, so we'll try that. Okay. Oh, we didn't win. I thought it said that we'd won. Oh, never mind. Okay, I mean, if we were the Soviets, this would be a very strong hand, but it seems quite troublesome at a first glance. Go with the standard setup, and we get an extra one, which we will put into Iran. So let's go.
Да здравствует наша славная Родина, ее свобода, ее независимость. Под знаменем Ленина вперед, победа!
Not really sure what to use as a headline here. I mean, East European isn't really that useful. We'd only reduce his influence in East Germany and Poland. I think we'll go for a little bit of an unconventional headline here and pick NASA to give us a coup target. So what could he have? He could have Vietnam, Red Scare, and Cambridge. Luckily that doesn't bring him anything, so we don't have to reveal any cards there. So yeah, we'll see what he does. I'm assuming he'll coup Iran. Oh, okay. Right. Let's go and burn Warsaw. I think we'll put one into Iran and then move into Afghanistan. And then after that, I think we'll coup Libya. Okay.
Sobre la cuestión acerca de si la lucha armada es el único camino para la liberación, lo que puedo responder es que, por lo menos en las condiciones de nuestro país, no había otro camino.
Okay, so his play makes me think that he has the Middle East scoring card. We'll go ahead and coup Libya. And we completely waste a 3 card by rolling yet another 1. I don't know if you saw the last video, but I got quite frustrated. There were several 1s in a row. I think it was about 5 or 6, and it did get quite irritating, as you can imagine. But it happens sometimes. I don't want to play de Gaulle unless I put them all into France. I think with Suez it'll be worth the trade, and we still have socialist governments if he uses blockade. So we'll trigger the event first. So come on, anything but a 1, please. Okay, we kick him out, which is it's better than nothing. Would have been nice to have got some American influence there, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm guessing he'll attack Panama here. Yeah. And he kicks us out as well. Okay. So before he couped, I was reluctant to play the Arab-Israeli war card because I didn't want to give him military ops, but he's couped anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And we have nothing to lose in Israel now, so we'll just get it out of the way. Succeeds, unfortunately, but there's not a lot we can do about that. We'll move into Malaysia to threaten Thailand, and then we'll go into Pakistan. So the Middle East looks like it's going to go his way, so we've now got to make sure that the same doesn't happen to Asia. And obviously the fact that we have de Gaulle means that we can lead the momentum in France. Probably take South Korea, yeah. Okay. So we'll take Thailand. Protect against any shenanigans in with destalinisation or decolonisation, and with the last one we will go into. I think we'll overprotect Thailand in case of decol. Okay, so now he could blockade us. He could use Vietnam. Yeah, a number of things he could do. Okay. So he wisely throws one into Lebanon to secure Middle Eastern domination. Go and push in France. Try and secure it early on. So not too bad of an opening turn. The Middle East is a concern though.
By misery and want. They spread and grow in the evil soil of poverty and strife. They reach their full growth when the hope of a people for a better life has died.
Okay, this isn't a great hand, and it's also vulnerable to Red Scare. I'm quite worried that he'll coup us out of Iran. So I think to control the DEFCON, I'll use CIA. It also gets rid of a one-op card. It just chucks one of them out of the deck. It would be nice to keep it for later on in the game. You know, it could be problematic for him, but I am very worried about the Iran situation. Okay. Then again, now if he puts one into Thailand, I think I'll just add one into Thailand so he can't flip it with the China card. We'll see what he does. No, interesting, all into Africa. Okay, so he's got quite a lot of ops there. I think really he should have used Red Scare. We've got to worry about destalinisation. As for the rest of it, they're all our events. We'll have to take France so he doesn't get tempted to walk in there with the Marshall Plan. But so apart from destalinisation, not really an awful lot to worry about. I think we'll go and coup Zaire. You know, we need to protect Iran. I think it's a priority. Another poor roll. I really hope that doesn't become frequent throughout the game. Did he have the Indo-Pakistani war card? No, he didn't. So get rid of Fidel. I think we'll start walking in. Sorry, no, I think take France definitely, and then we'll walk into India to try and secure domination there. And we've already got rid of Suez, so I'm fairly confident that we will keep France. So Europe and Asia are looking great. Africa's a bit of a train wreck, but that happens quite a lot to the US player. Right. Part of me wants to take India to get Asia domination, but then the other part wants to take maybe Spain to get Europe and to prevent him from taking it. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And he also needs 2 more countries to match us. So if we sort of go ahead and nab Spain, then we're sort of leading with the momentum in Europe. Can use socialist governments with blockade, that's not an issue. And then with the 4 NATO card, I think I will go into North Korea on the last turn if he doesn't overprotect it. Oh dear, oh dear. So I'm assuming he'll spread into South America. Oh, interesting. So, I mean, I think the direction of the game is often determined by whether or not the Soviets get destalinisation. I personally think it's a little bit overpowered. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I think 4 is maybe too much. I think it should be reduced to maybe 3 or 2. It just gives them too much opportunity, I think. Makes it far too easy to just score an easy control in the Americas. Obviously, if we break his North Korean control, then we could try to coup if he decides to repair Kimland. So we'll throw the one from Romanian into India, which will secure our domination. Okay, so I think he should have really played that card a little bit earlier to prevent Romania being attacked. Home score Asia now for 6. I mean, it's important not to become disheartened. There's always the Voice of America, there's always grain sales. The game can turn around very quickly. Just obviously the third world looks very communist at the moment, so it's a bit of a concern. And we get 1 point from the military ops.
So my country's purpose is to help us move out of the dark chamber of horrors into the light, to find a way by which the minds of men, the hopes of men, the souls of men everywhere can move forward toward peace and happiness and well-being.
Okay, so a number of options here. We could Red Scare him. We could play Defectors. I mean, there are a few pretty devastating cards that he could have. He could have socialist governments. He could have decolonization. And we could play Containment to try and really push. But I think we have decent ops regardless. I mean, we've got 2 big 4-op cards. Tell me what you think I should do here, guys. For me, I'm a little bit worried about him attacking Europe with socialist governments. So I'm actually going to use Defectors. And we'll see what he does. Oh, no. Oh, that's a very good play on his part. Yeah. So probably should have Red Scared him, but never mind. Didn't reply to my hi, so I'm not going to congratulate him. Okay, so he coups. And he obviously rails a 6. I mean, why wouldn't he do anything else? For God's sake. So we're in huge trouble now in the Middle East. Just gone and completely lost Europe. Go and throw 1 into South Africa to try and retain a presence there. And obviously, knowing my luck, I'm sure he'll have a 5-year plan if he has Asia, so we'll probably lose that as well. Really should have purged him there, but oh well, because then we could have walked back into Iran. Never mind, we've still got Sadat, we've still got Camp David, we've still got puppet governments, you know, lots of ways to get back in. Could also try some realignments in Mexico and Cuba. Try to turn that around a little bit. So obviously he succeeds, it wouldn't be any different. We'll try a realignment. Come on. So it fails, just the only possible option. Wow. So the first dice roll to go in our favour. So we can walk into Mexico. Okay, he spaces NORAD and he succeeds, so he's going to be able to see our headline from a pretty early stage. I'm going to go ahead and play Captured Nazi Scientist just to try and catch up a little bit. Hopefully we'll get 1 small step. With Red Scare, I think we'll go into Mexico. I think we'll play Indo-Pakistani War for the event. Not really sure why he's played that. I mean, Thailand is overprotected. We'll play this now, just to try and get some points. Why is it frozen? And it fails, of course. Situation in Korea looks very odd again. You know, we've got a communist south and a capitalist north. I'd like to know how that happened. I think that's part of the fun of this game. It's just creating ridiculous scenarios that never could have happened. Alright, good for you, pal. And we'll grab Romania, which is good for us. It gives us an extra point in Europe. Not letting him have that. Put 2 into Mexico, and we'll grab South Africa. And we can keep containment for the next turn. Asia is worth quite a lot of points that we desperately need at the moment. I mean, if we get grain sales, we could probably flip Africa, you know, Zaire, then realign Angola. Voice of America could help us out in South America if we get rid of Venezuela and Brazil, and then we get the Panama card. We'll just have to see how it goes. Oh, that was 5 points we threw away there. That was a very good move on his part. Should have red scared him. Okay. Yeah, that's wise. Very wise indeed. So if we could somehow grab South Korea off him, then we'd have Asian control, and that would be a huge heap of points. I think with UN, we'll just try and realign Cuba. We can't really break anything with a 1-ops card. Okay, never mind.
Приветствовать недавно принятые в члены Организации Объединенных Наций государства и передать им пожелания благополучия и процветания.
Okay, so the good news is we've got a pretty high ops hand, which will be made even higher by containment. With the exception of socialist governments, the events there the Soviet events there don't really affect us. I mean, he already controls South Korea, so the Korean War card doesn't really matter. He already controls Chile, so Allende doesn't really matter, and obviously we can play Brezhnev towards the end, so it's not too bad a hand. Same time, there aren't really many devastating cards, but we can push a lot. We can push a lot ops-wise. So I think we'll play containment, and he can't red scare us because we used that last turn. So yeah, Southeast Asia. Okay, that's wise. I'm guessing he'll try to coup Mexico. And of course he rolls a 6th. You know, why would it be anything else? So I'll go over protect Pakistan so he doesn't flip it with the China card. I've done that to Mexico, so if he repairs it, we can throw one into Guatemala and then hopefully realign him. With puppet governments, I'm also tempted to go into Nicaragua and Haiti. What's he saying? I don't expect success. Well, that's not the attitude, pal. And also, whether you expect it or not, you seem to be getting it. You just, you know, constant 6s, really good card luck. Okay, I think that's a bit of a misplay. I think he should have taken Mexico back. We'll just get rid of Allende, it doesn't really matter. And we will grab Mexico. don't expect success. Don't really know what he means by that, but okay, that's interesting. I personally would have used that to coup Mexico back. We'll now make him think. We'll throw one into Saudi Arabia so we don't lose presence there, and then we'll put the other two into Nicaragua. So if he prioritizes Middle Eastern control, we can realign Cuba, and if he coups any of the Central American countries, we can go ahead, put two into Saudi Arabia, so we don't lose presence there. Okay, so he coups, which is good news. Wow. Okay. Go ahead and play Arab-Israeli, it doesn't really matter. Actually fails a roll, wow. And then we'll realign Cuba, and after that we'll take Saudi Arabia, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one into the Gulf states, because if Muslim Revolution comes out, Gulf states isn't actually one of the countries on the card, so if he uses Muslim Revolution for the event, we can just walk back into Saudi Arabia with another card. So, but let's say adios to Fidel. Nice. Where else have we got even odds? I think we'll try Algeria. No. Once more. No, never mind. We completely kick him out of Cuba, which is excellent. Okay, so that makes me think that he has some damaging cards. We use Flower Power. Throw one into the Gulf states, two into Saudi Arabia, and then we'll work our way into Cuba. In fact, now with hindsight, I probably should have used Korean War first, because we're now going to give him an easy 2 points. So I might space that actually, and then use Brezhnev at the end. So we've done well at flipping Central America, so all hope isn't lost. Oh, okay, and Sadat's here as well. Probably just go back into Egypt, I'd assume. Yeah. Going to use Brezhnev now. I think it's unlikely that he won't have a scoring card, given how many are still out there and the fact that we don't have any. And if he still uses a card, it's just one. It's just one extra point that he gets, one turn where he has one extra point, and we'll go and grab Egypt. So Central America is now in our favour. We've arrived back in the Middle East, which is excellent. Yeah, South America is still a huge problem. Why is he not using that for the event? It's quite strange. Go ahead. In fact, no, sorry, we'll space Korean War. Okay, so at least we've prevented him from spacing 2 cards. That's good. Yeah, I didn't want to play Korean War there because we'd give him 2 points because of Flower Power, and then he'd get another 2 because of the military op situation.
When our arms are sufficient beyond doubt.
Okay.
Can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed?
How much is Africa? 3. So nothing hugely devastating here. We could use one small step to prevent him from seeing our headline and then space socialist governments. I'm thinking of just getting Africa out of the deck. But then again, if he's got South America, he'll score it for the win. But we can't really do anything about that. So yeah, you could also have Portuguese Empire, but I'm just not really seeing any other viable options here. I mean, John Paul wouldn't really make much of a difference. So yeah, I think we'll use our man in Tehran for the event. We need to play Cultural Revolution as soon as possible. Oh, for God's sake. To ensure that he doesn't get the China card back. Yeah, I mean, he's just got every card imaginable that just destroys. Yeah, and then obviously he'll have Hunter, so he'll just be able to grab Mexico. Why has he done that? Oh dear. Yeah, we'll coup Mexico. We'll probably fail. Oh no. I mean, even if then I were to coup South America, he still would have scored it for a heap of points. We need Asia to come back. So the Russians are on the moon, which is not good news. Going to take South Africa back. I mean, he'll probably just realign us out, but never mind. And we will throw... So he doesn't steal our domination, we'll throw one into the Dominican Republic just to keep the country count going. Okay, so that's good. That's 3 points for us. I think... No, hang on. Yeah, we'll use that. We'll try and coup Botswana to protect South Africa. And of course we roll a 1. Okay. Got to protect West Germany. We'll try to upset things a bit, just go and break Libya. And we could maybe take it off him. I'm not too hopeful about this game, guys. I've got to be honest. I can't really see us recovering. Asia scoring might give us some respite, but apart from that, yeah, sure, whatever. So we can't really use this now. I thought he was going to use that for the points then. We'll use this now while we have the chance. Prevents him from viewing our headline. Could also get 2 points from him via military ops, which is good. It's better than nothing. Yeah, it's important that he doesn't see our hand, I think. It's a huge, huge advantage for him. Okay, so he recognises that. Doesn't get a great roll out of it though, which is good. Okay, I think we'll cause some havoc with a big 4-ops card. I don't know. Go ahead and smash into Angola, maybe. Just give him something to think about. I don't know. Getting a bit desperate here, guys. Okay.
Пройдя через тяжелейшие испытания, советские люди отстояли.
So the great news is that we have Asia. So that will give us, I'll give us 10 points. That's huge. So we could actually start fighting back a little bit. As for the rest of the hand, it's still fairly poor. I think we could play socialist governments. We could just repair the damage. We don't want to play OPEC under any circumstances. That's far too many points for him. Shea is a little bit annoying, but we could fight him back. You know, if we let him coup the Dominican Republic, then we could just coup Haiti. I can't see how he could cause any damage in Asia. We've already seen Brush War and ABM Treaty, so he can't really attack Thailand. He could have Indo-Pakistani War, but I think we'd still have domination regardless, so we'll play that. Phew, so that was great play on our part. And we're back to 16 again, so... Oh dear. Yeah, and that's the game, guys, unfortunately. GG. So yeah, if you enjoyed the game, please consider liking and subscribing. There wasn't really a lot we could do there. He, you know, he just took advantage of his de-Stalinisation. We couldn't really fight him with the hands that we had. You know, we didn't have any devastating cards. No Voice of America, no Junta, no Brush War, ABM. I think he got all of those cards actually. So it's just a bit of a battle to hang on. Also some pretty poor dice luck on our side as well, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, unfortunately. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. We'll see each other soon. Take care.